It's the Sunday sit down. I'll be sure it's in the building. It's your main man, EmEz, Power 105.1. Now, you have a lot of great things to say about Jodeci. I watched The Unsung, and you spoke about the song you wrote for them.
Right.
Now, can I ask you why you didn't sing that yourself?
Well, because everything, just like art, everything comes in a certain time form, and it's inspired by something. So that particular song, in fact, actually, I produced the entire album with Devontae, but I co-wrote almost all the songs. You know, Stay, Come and Talk to Me, all the slow joints. Mm-hmm. But in particular, I wrote all the lyrics for Fev My Lady, because the original song was actually the national anthem that they would do. When you think of Jodeci, you think of our capabilities. In fact, if you go to my Facebook right now, it's the top post. It talks about when I introduced Jodeci to the world, because I went on Donnie Simpson. I was on Video Soul.
He's back at radio, by the way.
He's back at radio and TV.
Yes.
And so I'm on the Donnie Simpson on the Video Soul, and he says, "Yo, what are you doing? What are you working on?" And I said, "Well, I'm working on, this Al Green. I think I'm working on Shaka Khan. I think I was doing something with Shaka Khan at the time." And I said, "I got these new guys I found when I was on the Any Heartbreak tour." My manager James had, I don't know how they snuck past, because my security cats, two of my security cats, Suge Knight and Big West.
Chill, fam.
Right,
Stop it right here, God. Stop it. I'll be sure just dropped. Suge Knight was his security guard. Get out of here with that.
No.
That's more what?
What was crazy is
what
we wound up doing is, we toured the entire world together on the Any Heartbreak tour. Al B. Sure, New Edition, Bobby Brown, and then I think we hit Virginia, because they were from Charlotte, so they drove up to Virginia. They came back. James brought them up they snuck in the hotel, because this hotel was on lock. Imagine Al B. Sure, Bobby. You talk about the Scream tour. That was the original Scream tour.
Talk to him.
And the second highest grossing tour is behind Michael Jackson, which of course is an Al Heyman production. Al Heyman, how he goes in. And so for some reason they snuck past when they got to James. James brought them upstairs to me. They auditioned to me. I call up Benny Medina. I call up Andre. I said, "Listen, y'all got to go to Brooklyn, to New York, and y'all get to Brooklyn. Y'all got to drive to the office, because they need to hear y'all." And the minute they got to the office, Bob Celestin and Andre Harrell and them, they got signed immediately. I'm busy being Al B. Sure on tour, so they tried to do the whole album, do the whole thing. Now, so then a few weeks later, or like within the next year, they came up with a project, and it was really nice. It was a very nice project. Then, but it wasn't complete. So Andre and Puff came out to my house in Jersey. We sat down. They said, "Listen, I need you to take this and do that Quincy Jones to it." So I said, he said, "Yeah, put that polish on it and, flip it and da-da." So then what happened? So I had to kidnap Devontae. We went to my mother's joint. We built a makeshift studio, so we were hidden away. Nobody was, so we didn't go to my house. We went to my mother's house, built a small studio, and then we reprogrammed the entire album in 2 weeks. And then I remember we just had a phone with the phone cord. It was, and Devontae would be on the phone, and we'd be switching up and programming and this and putting all the stuff together. So we reprogrammed the entire album. And then it just came the way that way. So then we took it into Hit Factory Times Square and printed everything, and then we started putting the vocals together and putting it. So that metamorphosis started again. Devontae's a brilliant cat. He's a genius, but at that point he wanted to be Teddy Riley. Now, mind you, my tutelage comes from, imagine, the King of New Jack Swing. And I know they called me the King of New Jack Swing on the Unsung joint, which I appreciated, but I got to give that one up to Teddy Riley. I'll take it to the bridge, because Teddy actually taught me song structure, how to program, and how to break your neck with a drum machine. Because everything with Teddy,
there you go,
generation, and he was killing it. So everything, you'd be sitting there, and we were in the projects, and this lady, Miss Black, who lived upstairs, every time he turned on the music, she kept banging on the floor, right? So one day, we saw her, Miss Black. So one day she comes down and says she's banging on the floor. So we turn on the music, and she went to a knock. We opened the door. She goes, "We saw her, Miss Black. We didn't mean to have the music up loud." And then she said, "Oh, no. I understand now." We're like, "Why, Miss Black?" She says, "I know what y'all been doing. I saw y'all on Soul Train."
There it goes. See? She finally got it.
She got it.
That's hot. That's dope.
And that made it, guess what? As young men, because we were respectful, we were like, "Sorry, Miss Black, because, you got to sleep, you got to go to work in the morning." We'd be up late at night doing it. It was such a blessing, just in terms of just being able to have that. So imagine going from learning from Teddy Riley, working with Kyle West, because he's like Stevie Wonder. He's a haunted house in his head. He's brilliant. And then sitting in the studio with Quincy Jones. So I got all the different flavors, and then plus Eddie F., who was my best friend growing up, the best DJ in Mount Vernon. He taught Pete rock. Like, Peter would come in the studio when we were working on Heavy's demos. So it's so crazy. Like, in fact, I think we have to do a part 2 because of Unsung, which I want to thank everybody within the sound of my voice. This is now, it's been rated the #1 show on the history of the network.
Listen,
so thank you,
I
Jesus.
have the mentors of the people that got me into radio, Sarah O'Connor and Malika Millette.
Wow.
They both called me and said, listen, I told them I was gonna interview I'll Be Sure. She was like, you can't do it before you watch the Unsung. I told them a couple minutes ago, I got I'll Be Sure in the building. If I show you my phone, these are grown ass going crazy.
Love.
Yeah, I put y'all out there.
Love.
Sorry.
Well, guess what? Love.
Absolutely, they love it.
I appreciate it. Love. And let me tell you something. I don't take any of this for granted. I have always been that cat. And the reason, what's funny is that I decided to do it because the first, I was with the launch of the show Unsung. I used to do the voiceovers for the show. So I did the first season. Donny Hathaway, DeBarge.
Now that you say that, I hear it now. That's so crazy.
Uncompromised, unrecognized.
There it goes. There it goes.
Unorganized.
Yes.
Unsung. The story of El DeBarge.
Nice.
Right. So I started that, but then when I was approached to do it, I was a little hesitant because I said, it's not something I really want to rock with, because it seemed like everybody was either dead or jumped off a building or something. You can create something like it's more of a biopic because you're the only cat out of that whole generation who never walked with your own flag. Like, you never told a story. You never told everybody what you're doing. You let everybody else take credit. We ain't saying no names, but everybody, we let nobody else take credit for everything you do. Yeah, this person found Jodeci, this person wrote this song, this person, and I was like, it's okay. I just want to be popular at Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo? I got it. He's talking about bankroll, people. Money. The zeros, the commas. You ain't get it, though. It went over your head.
I just was never worried about it. I mean, on the real, I just keeping it 116. I just never was interested in walking my own flag, but not understanding that in this particular industry, which is made for machines, you have to talk about, that's your resume, so you have to talk about what you do. That just wasn't my personality. So that's why I was able to kind of check out for a little while and just do me and travel the world and do whatever else. But then the blessing is when I noticed that I stuck my head back above water to say, hey, you know what, I'm interested in pursuing the blessing that God that bestowed upon me to say, listen, I'm going to give you this gift of music. Then I actually fell in love with it. And I was like, wow, this is my wife. So you got to respect it like that, and you got to love it, make love to it, flip it, smack it up, rub it down. Oh no.
Well, as you speak about wives, I guess we could ask this question now. What's I'll Be Sure's dating life or relationship status at the moment?
I'm still married to the music, and I hope that one day that I am because I'm getting up there. I'm OG. Like, I'm keeping it right. I lost 15 pounds. I'm getting ready. I'm about to do some acting. I'm going to do some network television shows. Hopefully, we'll be doing an Unsung Part 2 because so much was left out of the first one. Like, the first one was done brilliantly. I mean, I was so happy to work with A. Smith and Company and TV One, Juba, the entire TV One. I mean, they showed us so much love, that I think, but so much was left out. And so many different artists, I've worked with Michael McDonald, Diana Ross, I've worked with all the major film producers from Anton Fuqua, whatever. Also, I produced, part of it is now that I'm allowed to talk about it, because as you know, we do radio, our job is to tell the story.
Absolutely.
So one of my first TV jobs is I'm the executive producer of Jamie Foxx's HBO special called I Might Need Security.
Oh, wow.
Right, so we did that up in the Bay Area. We did 5 nights at the one of the Oakland theaters up there. Jamie is absolutely brilliant. He's a quadruple threat. The cat is off whatever the new terminology is right now. Just whatever the kids are saying. He's turned up, my book, face space, whatever.
Face space.
He's absolutely brilliant. But we knew that back then, and at that point, I went and found some financing to do the special. So now, it's the same thing I would tell my sons. I would say, listen, and about the music or about a woman, if you don't love her, leave her alone.
Yo, listen, Tri-State, everybody listening. My man, I'll Be Sure, is the ultimate G. You R&B cats up here, you never gonna touch. I asked the man about his relationship status. He said, I'm married to the music. Can't get no G in that. I'll Be Sure in the building. It's the Sunday Sit Down. Jermaine, man, and Easy. What are you working on now? Can we expect new music, new artists you working with? What's up?
Absolutely. You know what? I'm going to leave you with a jewel. If you notice it right before the show's over, I tease a brand new joint called Shake.
Okay.
So we did it live in the studio. That's all me live singing and all that.
Can I get some bars?
Oh, it's getting ready to go down.
Can I get you to sing a couple bars?
Yeah, listen, I gotta remember. I gotta remember how it goes.
Listen, Sarah. Yeah, I got I'll Be Sure singing for me. Well, not for me, but you know what I mean. Go ahead, homie. Let me hear it.
Let me see. How does the joint start? Yo, I got mad music in my head. We've been in the studio with. I'll pick you up, then lay it down, just to see your body shake, 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 shake.